Oh yeah, bullshit.
I'm going to take a shit.
How do you go to the bathroom? Chocolate chip.
This is the world. Live from Command Center Alpha 1. It's the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Juicy Joe, a.k.a. Flame
Wrong.
and Gretchen.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Yes, my name's Midnight Mike. Wretched is over there.
I am here.
Yeah. Oh boy, you have quite the voice in yourself over there today.
That was an interesting mix of that.
I didn't know. You could hit those full range.
Hit that high falsetto.
Yeah, you can hit the full range. Not many people can do that. Well, we have a jam-packed show for everyone on this Saturday, or whenever you choose to listen to it. You know, I don't know how many people actually listen to it on the day it comes out. When we have,
I'd like to say a special hi to the people listening to this on Monday evening.
Yeah, Monday evening. How's everyone doing out there? Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Boy. Yeah. We got a lot of things to get to, a lot of items to get to. There is a video clip going around of this person freaking out at the San Francisco local council meeting. Have you seen this clip, Cratchit?
There's been a lot of these, so I'm not familiar with this particular one.
I know there's been a lot of these, but this one in particular
is recent, like just in the last couple of days?
Oh yeah, I saw the one and only Charlie Robinson tweet this out, and I was like, man, this is incredible. It is just full of emotion. I don't even know what they were considering at the school board meeting, or I don't even know if it's a school board. I think it's just a town meeting. She may have just showed up and they were like talking about what are we going to do about all the trash, and she just started screaming. But I will play this clip right here.
Is it Yoko Ono?
It's in the same like arena as Yoko Ono.
Same vein.
Yeah, here's the story. I'll bring the story up. Maybe the story will give more context of what this person was wailing about. But I give her some credit to, or it. I don't even know if it's a her. I give it credit for keeping this kind of thing. Something's wrong here. It's I guess the link's no longer there. It's 404 now. Huh.
Ruh-roh. What's the...
It's a pro-trans activist delivers blood-curdling scream at San Francisco Board of Supervisors meeting. That's what I had. And that's the link that I have stored, and it's gone. But I have the Twitter link. I can play that.
Use that one.
I'll use the Twitter link. I have a backup link. I'll play this here. Sorry, everyone. I'll turn it down. That's crazy.
That would be a good ringtone. That's a good scream.
I hate this! I hate what you've done to us! I hate what you're doing to us! I hate you, Board of Supervisors! I hate you, London Breed! I hate you, Jenkins!
Oh, here they rang her out.
Hold D.A. Jenkins accountable! Hold him
Fucking A, man! Fuck!
There's a lot of good ISOs in that.
Yeah, there's a ton.
solitary confinement with that security guard. Y'all have
But this is the freak out that's been going around. It's just crazy. I don't even know what they were talking about when she unleashed that. And maybe it doesn't matter because that overshadows whatever they were talking about.
It was the $5 footlongs. Are not
Oh,
available.
she's that passionate about it. Well, people are very excited about the new summer menu.
You need to extend that sale. I want my $5 foot long.
It wasn't over the Wendy's Mercury and retrograde menu.
This menu is not appropriate.
I put this together. You might like this.
There we go.
And now we're going to be sued by Led Zeppelin.
Jimmy Page will find you and crush your head with an old guitar.
And what do they care? They rip off everyone else.
It's true. They a whole bunch of early blues artists, they redid their songs.
Yeah, what do they care? Led Zeppelin pretty much, I think 8 of their biggest songs they were sued over because they took lyrics or music directly from other people. Mm-hmm. But I think they said, at least Robert Plant said, when he was taking these lyrics, it's like, well, I took the lyrics and I figured if the songs became big enough, well, I would be able to afford to pay these people off. And so, that's basically what he said. It's like, I don't care because if I ever got of any sort of notoriety and fame, I could really pay off these lawsuits. So,
was it famously Stairway to Heaven was
Spirit
Taurus was that song.
Yeah, and
I mean it's very different because we know the Stairway to Heaven with Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven version, but you can hear enough similarities in there. So
they're in the same key, or they're using the same scales in the same chords, but they're different. And honestly, Spirits is nowhere near what Jimmy Page was able to invoke by the use of dark magic and black magic. We all know that.
Did he famously live in Aleister Crowley's house or something?
Yes, he wanted access to the portal right next to Loch Ness. That's what he wanted. He bought Aleister Crowley's house on Loch Ness, and Aleister Crowley did various sex magic rituals there, supposedly opened a portal, and Jimmy Page says, hey, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Let me buy that. I think he held on to it for quite a while. And then that very house, I think, went up for sale again in 2019, 2020. And I believe it's in new hands right now. So somebody else has the portal house. While we're talking about plagiarism, and before I get on to some Skinwalker Ranch clips and paranormal stuff, while we're talking about plagiarism, I'll bring this up. And I wish Joe was here because Joe is such a big fan of Ed Sheeran. But Ed Sheeran threatens to quit music if found guilty in copyright infringement case. Are you familiar with Ed Sheeran at all?
I'm familiar with Ed Sheeran by name only. I could not name a single one of his songs or anything he's ever done.
Yeah, me either. I don't know. I know Joe loves this guy, but he's not here. So Ed Sheeran is in the midst of a trial.
Is this the kid from Harry Potter?
It looks like the guy, one of the Weasleys. Yeah, one of the dorky Weasley kids. Yeah. Ed Sheeran is in the midst of a trial for a lawsuit that claims his song Thinking Out Loud rips off Marvin Gaye's classic Let's Get It On. His attorneys have spent the past few months unsuccessfully trying to get the case dismissed. Now, he raises the stakes by threatening to quit music entirely if he's found guilty of copyright infringement. Okay.
And I'll quit today.
Well, he doesn't... I don't know if
he should do that. He should do that when they read the verdict.
Yeah. Threaten the jury with that. I won't make any more music, and unless you find me innocent here. I didn't do it.
That's it. I'm done today.
By the way, here's a photo of Ed Sheeran and the kid from Harry Potter. So Ed Sheeran on the right, kid from Harry Potter on the left.
Holy crap! Those guys.
Look at that guy.
Those guys. Look at those guys.
I mean, look at that face.
They are They're of the same gene pool. You can say that.
Ooh, look at that face.
Now, for anybody who doesn't know Ed Sheeran or the Marvin Gaye song, I will play a little clip.
Or Harry Potter.
Or Harry Potter, for that matter. Here's a clip that features Ed Sheeran. Then he goes into the clip of Marvin Gaye. Here we go.
Baby, my
trying to hold back this feeling,
for so long.
Heart could still fall less hard at 23.
What's that, Cratchit?
The chord progression is identical.
It's very similar.
And he's
And
going to jail.
yeah, I don't know if he's going to jail over this. I don't know if he's going to jail. He might.
I sentence you to 6 years.
I don't think that's going to happen. He might lose some money. Marvin Gaye's estate might get some money out of this. But.
And if you feel like I feel, baby,
And I'm thinking about how
then come on. Oh, come on.
I would say like the tempo, like the rhythm is
Has
fair.
that been edited at all? These
Yes.
two versions mixed together.
It has been edited. So what the guy did, this is Rick Beato, one of the biggest YouTubers when it comes to music production, music theory. He actually shifted one of the songs down to the same. So they're in the same key now. So initially, I think Ed Sheeran's was played in a different key, but the same kind of chord progression.
What's the name of the Harry Potter kids song?
Ed Sheeran, it is... Hold on a second. What is the name of that fucking song?
Potato Junction, that one?
No, it's not Potato Junction. No, it's,
Tom Shimabukuro.
the name of the song is Tom Shimabukuro.
The Ballad of Tom Shimabukuro.
Yeah. It is Thinking Out Loud.
The Rombo Kato.
Thinking Out Loud is the name of the song.
I want to hear the original here.
And according to Rick Beato, there's enough difference in the structure of the melody and then how the rest of the song progresses to where he doesn't think they have a case. But it's up to I think it's up to a jury to determine if there is. Maybe there's some kind of grand jury. Maybe there's a tribunal, court martial. Maybe Ed Sheeran's been court martialed over
He's
this.
going to get court martialed by Lord Vader. Who the hell's
Mr. Vader to you.
Mr. Vader. Court martialed by Mr. Vader.
I was thinking about that. I was listening to like segments of the show, and on that the Star Wars license plate, why didn't instead of Mr. Vader, why didn't they put like DR, like Darth, like you could
Or Dr. Vader?
Dr. Vader, yeah. Why would they just put him as Mr. Vader as opposed to give him some sort of credentials like a doctor, something professional?
Do you think he makes the like when he first got to the Death Star, and because remember the concept was he was sent there to keep it.
He had to run a tight ship to make sure it was on schedule.
He was the project manager, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think he was going around and he had made people address him as Mr. Vader?
Probably for the sake of formality. Mm-hmm. 'Cause, I mean, you wouldn't call him sir because he wasn't really in the military. He was more of a spiritual guide, I guess, or an underling. But yeah, he wasn't part of the military structure. So maybe it was Mr. Vader. Maybe that's some deep Star Trek or Star Wars lore we're just not familiar with.
I would like someone to write a commercial construction project manager guide from Mr. Vader's standpoint.
Yeah. So Ed Sheeran, real quick, I'll finish up this before we move on because I know people care about Ed Sheeran. The federal copyright infringement case was filed back in 2018 by wow, holy crap, pre-pandemic. Can't they just say the pandemic hit and we should that wipes the slate clean? Just let bygones be bygones.
Expunges all tax records.
Yeah, and all copyright infringement cases. So back in 2018,
it was a different time, Mike. It doesn't count.
It was filed by Structured Asset Sales, an entity that owns part of the copyrights of Ed Townsend, who co-wrote "Let's Get It On." In September 2022, Judge Stanton decided that the Ed Sheeran and Structured Asset Sales would have to argue their points in front of a jury, who would then decide if Thinking Out Loud indeed copied "Let's Get It On." So it's up to a jury. A bunch of rubes.
There's an update on this as of yesterday, so apparently...
Oh, wow.
See if I can find a decent story. I was looking for one that has an actual news story.
Did they deliberate?
So actually, this is Thursday. Jury met for more than a week. I'll throw this into Carrot Shop for you.
Firing squad.
They he was ordered to destroy all copies of Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On." So if you have that, you have to delete it or hand it in.
Oh my God!
Ed Sheeran personally is coming to your house to take it.
Ed Sheeran found not liable in copyright lawsuit. I feel the truth was heard. So he's not quitting music. And maybe that threat worked.
Not.
Maybe that threat worked when he walked up to the jury and said, "I will quit if you find me guilty." That frightened the jury. They didn't know how to handle it.
Second story I put in there has a video statement from him if you want that.
Kind of. I don't
care.
I don't know if I want a video statement from Ed Sheeran. But maybe I do now. Maybe this is something that I didn't know I needed. But now I do. I do need this. Is he British? Wouldn't that just top it all if this guy was fucking British?
Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for...
Oh, my God. You know what? He also looks like the Prince, like the Prince Harry. He looks like him, too.
Prince who wasn't allowed at the thing or something?
Yeah, the Prince who shall not be named. Here it is.
Being out here. I'm obviously very happy with the outcome of the case, and it looks like I'm not having to retire from my day job after all. But at the same time, I'm unbelievably frustrated that baseless claims like this are allowed to go to court at all. We spent the last 8 years talking about 2 songs with dramatically different lyrics, melodies, and 4 chords, which are also different and used by songwriters every day all over the world. These
4 chords, okay.
Those chords are G, A minor, Q, and the double high triple C.
2?
I use the 2 chord a lot.
Sometimes
Maybe 4?
Maybe the 4 chord. But there you go. The world can rest easy. All is right.
Good.
Ed Sheeran is free.
You think King Charles made a call and they had to end that one? He's like, you got to get this shit figured out before my big party. I do not want to have this stepping on my news.
Yeah, I would like to know if Ed Sheeran was...
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being out here.
He's now in your house.
Maybe King Charles did make a call because he was supposed to perform at the coronation.
Oh, did he? Ooh, that's a good point. Did he? I don't know that.
You got to take a look at Ed Sheeran's tour schedule to see what that would impact.
Ed Sheeran
and not even his tour schedule, his corporate events. What corporate events was Ed Sheeran hired to play that this maybe would have impacted? Because this is a big song, and then every time if he was found guilty and he wanted to play the song, that means he would have to pay probably in order to play it.
It says Ed Sheeran was not asked to sing at the coronation.
Oh,
but
good.
he's excited to watch. I think he should have come out and done Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On."
Yeah, I'm sure the king would have loved that. Let's get it on.
Fuck him.
All right, enough about the stupid bullshit. Pardon,
I don't care about any of
language.
this.
We're going to move on.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. I'm sorry, everyone.
Restart the show.
Sorry.
We talked about that so long. I finished all my Putin coffee.
Oh, what kind of coffee is that?
Store-bought cheapy coffee in my Putin mug.
Well, for everyone who doesn't know, I watched Skinwalker Ranch on the History Channel, and they're on season 4. I didn't cover it last week. I'm trying to stack some clips up here. And last we saw the gang, they were.
Okay.
It is. They're last we saw the gang. They were trying to measure the anomaly, which happens to live, this weird anomaly that is somewhere between 300 and 5,000 feet over this triangle section on Skinwalker Ranch. It's pretty close to this hillside, this mesa that also has a weird anomaly in it. And every time that they try to deploy like LiDAR, radar, or use any sort of electronic equipment, there's always some sort of power anomaly. There's always some sort of GPS tracking malfunction. And they think that there is some sort of disturbance right there at this triangle section. And whether they shoot rockets up through this thing and they veer off course, or sometimes they're able to have some success. And if they have success in launching a rocket through it, then they will oftentimes see a UFO, some weird light that comes out of nowhere, zips around, almost like it's kind of like, hey, did you ring oh no, wrong door, and then it kind of goes away. It's almost like they're pressing a button, they're getting a response, but they don't really know what it means. So they're interacting with something, but they don't know exactly what. So in this clip, and I'll see if I can't play the video because I will get copyrighted striked. Copyrighted strike?
You got sued by Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran was suing me, and so will Marvin Gaye.
Both.
But I have the audio and I have some pictures here. So in this segment, they are releasing a swarm of drones, and this swarm of drones is lifting off on ground of the triangle and going up through possibly the anomaly. And as they do that, they're encountering very weird communication problems between the drones and the ground. So here's an audio clip about that.
Fail safe.
Look at that.
Now, what is this?
They're coming home. Hey guys, everybody stand by close to the grid. We need to get these guys unplugged quick.
I've never seen that. Something happened because those drones had to return to the ground unexpectedly. So they all landed way sooner than they were supposed to. It's nothing that I can explain.
Let's head back over there, shall we?
All right, let's head back.
We have only seen those drones return to home like that in extreme temperatures, when we're working in the snow or the excess heat, when those batteries are really getting pushed to the limit. But out here on Skinwalker Ranch, we only saw about 60 degrees at the lowest, and it's nothing that should have happened.
So the battery packs on these drones are draining much more quickly than they had anticipated. They're also not staying in formation, even though there is very low wind and no real significant weather out there. There are a few drones that are drifting out of formation, particularly in the center of what they call the triangle, and they can't explain it. They said that they're having communication problems between the drones, so they're not able to stay in formation, but they are collecting GPS data. Now, when they returned back, and they downloaded the data, it was all over the place. The data wasn't like a completely flat grid of drones. It was like drones, while they were visually up in the sky, you could see them up there. The GPS data was indicating that some were below the surface, some were skewed out towards the side. Like whatever instrumentation was on board these drones was either completely malfunctioning, which is consistent with other GPS data they tried to gather at this very spot, or is being manipulated in the same way. But here is a picture of what they're seeing from the GPS data. Here we go. And here is what they say about it.
Oh, wow. Whatever that is, it looks crazy as hell, because I don't remember it ever looking like that.
Eric's GPS devices were on the four corners of the drone swarm, so the data should have appeared just like it did over the east field, all intact and in one large cube. But instead, it was scattered all around into a shape that looked nothing like what we saw during the actual experiment. So once again, something at the triangle completely distorted our GPS data.
So there's a lot to discuss here. One of the really puzzling features of this is what happens when you look beneath the ground.
Whoa! Looks like some of them are inside the mesa.
Yep.
Look how many of them are under the surface.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Looks like a tornado.
Right. I don't recall any of the drones doing this.
No. If I remember right, all these GPSs were on the corners.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that in the middle?
Turn that up again sideways, Eric, so we can see that tornado-looking shape.
Sure thing. You want to focus on this feature here?
Yeah. Look right there. If I was going to draw a wormhole two-dimensionally, that's what it looks like. There's two funnels connected at the throats of the funnels. I'm just saying, something to think about.
What more proof do we need that there's something going on out here?
It's true.
Obviously, there is something above the triangle that we've identified with multiple experiments that absolutely has its way with the GPS.
This raises a lot of questions. I don't feel like I'm nearly done with this data here.
No, and I'm not comfortable with whatever it means yet either.
So, like I said before, like this is pretty close to where there is an ancient structure of stones that is in the shape of like a spiral portal. Some of the things that they've seen on the ranch transcend time. Like they see creatures that should not exist in this era, like dire wolves. And then that they're having GPS coordinate issues, like they have to measure the X, Y, and Z axis, and maybe they can't do that. Maybe there's some sort of time bubble, time portal, some sort of rift right there that is impacting whatever it is they're trying to measure there. And if it's kind of out of sync, out of time, that might explain why they're getting some weird anomalies like that. I mean, it's crazy to think, but this is a crazy place. Now, David Paulides of the Missing 411 phenomenon, he was hot on the trail of kind of portals and at least considering these kind of things a few years ago when he was investigating some ancient sites in the Southwest. And he brought along a scientist with him to try to measure if there were any sort of space-time distortions by measuring the very minuscule amounts of measurements, like little pieces of like gravity or differences in gravity from one end of this ancient structure to the other end. If there's any sort of difference between how a laser beam hits one side or the other. And this is from his special he did, I want to say about 4 years ago. Here it is.
Missing persons investigator Dave Paulides has just received the astonishing news of a time-space distortion near the place where hiker Dale Staling mysteriously vanished 4 years ago.
So the normal would be a 0?
Normal would be 0% change.
Okay.
To make sure their scientific readings are accurate, father and son scientists Dennis and Jonathan McCabe have now run their test for a second time.
So we're significantly off here, which is unexpected. That is definitely an unexpected result.
So we have a consistent number in both readings.
Yes.
Both tests with identical results? But could a time shift between two precise locations at Mesa Verde really help to explain what happened to Dale Staling? Or how mountain climber Carl Landers disappeared on Mount Shasta?
How unusual is a result like that, and what does it mean?
Well, that tells me that time is passing differently by the optics in comparison to the laser here. If we're standing here and somebody else is standing there, we are aging faster. That is extremely unusual. That's a highly unexpected result.
So that's not Skinwalker Ranch. It's just a different thing that David Paulides was on a few years ago when investigating missing 411 cases. I suspect that they have run into the same kind of thing on Skinwalker Ranch. It's just bigger, and it tends to interact a lot more, and it might be a little bit more complex. Like with missing 411, I know, missing 411, I know. Sometimes when people are found, and they have some sort of memory. This is especially in the case of young people who survive. They will have memories as if they are out of time and place. They are observing the environment. They can see search and rescue people looking for them, but they cannot interact with search and rescue. They can shout to them, but they cannot interact with them. It's almost like they're just slightly out of sync, maybe a few minutes ahead, few minutes behind, but that's enough to where you can't interact with that timeline. But you're kind of linked up there. Then there's other people that go missing, and they tear off their clothing, they tear off their shoes. It's as if they are getting too hot, and then they're sitting down on a particular area, overlooking a piece of land that they're very familiar with. But to them, perhaps it is a different prehistoric landscape that they just don't recognize because maybe they're in a time period that is thousands, tens of thousands of years ago, and when it was much warmer, it was much hotter, and that they're looking at something that's prehistoric, and then boom, everything shifts back, and their belongings come back to this timeline. I mean, it's just a idea. Who knows? But back to Skinwalker Ranch, they have one more experiment that they ran, and they decided to bring out a person with a high-speed camera. And this thing will shoot thousands, if not, this guy claims millions of frames per second, and they want to slow down what they see when they launch rockets through this anomaly at the triangle. They're hoping that they'll be able to gather some sort of information here, see something. And that's exactly what they did. They claimed that when they shot a rocket up, it may have exploded or hit something not that far above from where they were launching. I will bring that image up on screen here while I play this clip. Here we go.
There is literally something. We may be looking at the anomaly for the first time, guys.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the light.
All right, now the rocket
Look
gets
how it
there,
veers to the side.
and then the
Right
rocket
there.
blows up right when it hits it. Oh, yeah! Brother, right here. Look at that. Yeah. Holy crap. All right, Burdette, could you play it one more time? I want to make sure I saw what I think I just saw. After 4 years of investigating Skinwalker Ranch as a team, we finally got good visual evidence of something incredible at the triangle. Just as we launched a rocket, Burdette Anderson captured some kind of blob-like feature on his high-speed camera that literally appeared out of nowhere and caused the rocket to explode. It was something that none of us could see with the naked eye.
That cloud remained intact. The whole thing, this isn't an anomaly in the lens because it didn't move.
Could this be the phenomena that causes the energy spikes we've detected? And is it related to the UAPs we've seen? All I know is we may finally be getting closer to possible answers.
So what they're claiming is that there is some sort of, I don't know if it's a structure, but he says it's a blob that was pretty close to the launch area, right over top, maybe 40, 50 feet. And it wasn't visible by the naked eye, only when we slowed it down. And it just really does look like a blur. Since it's at night, the guy says it wasn't like a lens flare. There wasn't any sort of distortion like that, because if it was a lens flare, it would have moved, and it wasn't moving as the rocket moved. So the guy is like, well, this is an anomaly that exists in space. It's not an artifact of the light. And so what's on screen here is that blob. They increased the contrast there. It just looks like a light that kind of diffuses out. That's all it looks like, but it's not visible when you're just walking around. Only when you slow things down can you see it. Now, soon after that they launched this thing, a helicopter showed up and was taking a look around.
Eric, it came over us. We lost the lights for a second, and then it turned away from the anomaly and turned southeast.
Well, whoever they weren't transponding.
A helicopter that size, not transponding.
Well, did you see the way
right
they
after
come
we
over
did
and-
this?
The helicopter looks like it's
Helicopter's
coming
turning
back
around. Helicopter's turning back around, Eric.
I've got eyes on him.
Where did that just come out of?
It's coming back. Eric, that helicopter's coming back at us. Do you see that?
Yeah,
What
I've got
is
him. All right, now you're mine.
Yeah, Travis, this aircraft is not transponding.
The aircraft is not transponding. And it's slowing down, and it's orbiting the range. It's doing surveillance right now of the range.
No, it could have been local PD, but they said that this helicopter, at least on the video, it turned off all of its lights and was sitting out there hovering for about 10 minutes. And I don't know how normal it is for helicopters to turn off its lights and turn on night vision, or let alone if local police departments have night vision like that to use. They claim that they don't. And that the nearest military base is about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours away. And that their experiment that they were doing shooting rockets happened to the appearance of the helicopter and their experiment with the rockets were too close in time frame that it didn't come from 2 hours away. It was some kind of local helicopter, local activity. It had to be pretty close in order to show up that quickly. Since it wasn't transponding, what does that mean? Do most local police department helicopters or ATF, since they were shooting rockets, maybe it was ATF, are they required to have a transponder going? I would assume that they do. Gretchen, do you know?
Only for a safety standpoint. No, anybody could turn that off. The helicopter thing, I'm 50-50 on that one, whether that's just more TV bullshit, because they fly, the Skinwalker Ranch people fly around the helicopters all the time.
Yeah.
So why don't they just take one of theirs off and have it do it, and then they can all point and, make TV out of it.
I know. I am taking this at face value. I understand. I believe in the gang and the work that they're doing down there, and I'm taking them in their word at face value. Yeah, I could be buying into a bunch of malarkey, but that's my choice. And it could be just for TV to kind of spice things up a little bit. And by the way, Travis Taylor, the guy talking there, he worked for the Pentagon. He was the head scientist when it came to the UAP program from 2020 to 2022. He has contacts in the government. I would be surprised if this is a legitimate flyover by some kind of government agency. Couldn't he call somebody to find out?
Depends. Probably not. No. He is not a high-ranking military official.
No, he's just a scientist.
He was a civilian scientist who worked for the Department of Defense. But anyway, let's play devil's advocate and use their theory that the government or the military or somebody was watching them, and they know they're doing all this stuff. They know when they're going to be launching rockets because they have to. They even talk about it in the show. They have to go in and check with the FAA to make sure they're not affecting
the flyovers by plane.
Okay. Yep. So they know. So they'll have someone go over there and watch, and then you see a bunch of shit getting shot off the ground. Yeah, they're going to go take a look and see what that is.
Maybe the helicopters are not sent there to surveil them, but to see if their experiments produce any results, like the production of a UAP or UFO. They're not there to look at the humans; they're there to see if there's any sort of anomalies that are produced.
And maybe it'll be like the stupid helicopters in Independence Day. Remember when they go up to the spaceship at the beginning?
Oh yeah, and they flash the lights.
They flash a bunch of aggressive lights at them, and then act surprised when they get blown up.
Yeah, that didn't work out very well. This all reminds me of the game XCOM UFO Defense. It kind of reminds me of that a lot, where you got to send out squads to surveil area for alien activity and retrieve any sort of wreckage or biological entities to take them back so you can learn everything you can from them. And I don't know, it's very interesting. I like the time portal angle. I like that Travis Taylor is considering the existence of portals. I think that it makes this world a little bit more interesting.
Well, my only question is, I put links to the video in the paranormal channel on Discord for anyone who wants to watch the rocket get launched. When they do see the blob or the cloud or whatever that is, why don't they shoot at it? Come on.
I guess. That is a very, normal response, but what do you want to happen? You want to take that thing down? Honestly.
Here's what I'm saying. If that thing were at ground level, say it were 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
They would throw shit at it and would go poke it with a stick.
Exactly.
But it's 50 feet off the ground, so they just stand there and look at it.
If it's 50 feet off the ground, can't they get a ladder and just stick your head up in that thing and see what happens? That's what I'm talking about.
That's what interns are for. An intern. Say, all right, Steve, get up that ladder.
Do it.
Get in there.
And let us know if you find anything.
Let's do it.
Well, that's what I got on Skinwalker Ranch. Now, Cratchit, last episode, you said you may have some Bigfoot news. You may have
Bigfoot news. I do. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at that since we're on paranormal stuff. All I'm seeing is articles about Ed Sheeran.
Well,
Bigfoot is suing Ed Sheeran.
Those were from like an hour ago.
Mm.
All right, here's some Bigfoot news.
Oh, okay. Ed Sheeran's not happy about Bigfoot, that's for sure.
Ed Sheeran suing Bigfoot for not abducting him in a sexual way.
And Bigfoot's threatening to stop all of his stalking. He won't do it.
I will no longer appear in the sides of cameras.
Yeah.
But I'll quit today.
I'll no longer be blurry anymore in your camera shots. Here's the headline here. Forest County, Pennsylvania, to host Bigfoot Festival. Oh,
that's right.
All right. I'm on board. Interested in all things Bigfoot? There's the festival for you in northwestern Pennsylvania. The Forest County Bigfoot Festival is scheduled for June 9th until the 11th in Marineville. The event will include a Bigfoot hunt, a Bigfoot calling contest, a Bigfoot contest, a Bigfoot contest, and a 5K. I got to do all that work, and I'm not going to do all that work.
It's all at the same time, too.
You got to run 5K while hunting for Bigfoot and calling for him.
And calling for Bigfoot, yes.
Okay. Well, we can see how that goes. Let's see here. I want to go, but that is so close to like my wedding anniversary. I just can't do it. I can't say, honey, our wedding anniversary is at a Bigfoot festival.
Why not?
No, I can't. I don't think that would work out very well. I don't think so. Maybe she likes to go camping. Maybe if I could say like this is like all about camping, sure. I have my own Bigfoot call right here. Oh, terrifying.
I like to think that Bigfoot sounds like the Fonzie.
That'd be awesome. If this is, it could, you know what? It very well could. Let's see if I got my Bigfoot Fonzie call. I don't think I do. No.
How do you know?
2 weeks.
No, that's 2 weeks.
What happens if there's danger or trouble? We need to use our Fonzie call.
I know. I'm trying to find it, but I'm failing right now. It should be in my TV area, but it's not in my TV area. Where? Oh, here it is. There's my Fonzie Bigfoot call right there. The keynote speaker at the Bigfoot Festival is Daniel Benoit, the founder of East Coast Bigfoot Research.
Benoit.
Is it Benoit?
I believe it's Benoit.
The guy who killed his family?
Well, probably not.
The WWE guy who killed his family? No, it's Chris Benoit.
It was Chris Benoit.
Ooh, danger there. He's the founder of East Coast Bigfoot Researchers Organization. Okay. I bet it would be fun. I bet it would be fun to go out there, camp, hang out, do the 5K. June 9th, it's pretty close.
So if you're interested, I put the link in the Carrot Shop. If you go to the actual website, they break down all the events for the day and all the speakers and everything.
Okay. Well, it looks very fun. You know what? I might check this out. Yes, they have sponsors. That means they're pretty legit. Let's see the events. See Saturday, 8 a.m. Bigfoot hunt registration. I got to register to hunt Bigfoot.
Well, I do want to point out the events for Friday. There is no Bigfoot stuff at all on Friday.
It's all vendor bullshit. Pardon my French.
Vendors, food trucks, and there's a concert. Unless Bigfoot's in the concert, I'm not sure that's really...
Who's playing?
Really, yeah.
Ed Sheeran?
Uptown Classic Hits Band.
Oh, Uptown Classic. Ed Sheeran's playing the Bigfoot Festival.
Sorry, King Charles, I can't come to Coronation. I have to go to the Bigfoot Festival.
Let's see here. Yeah. Bigfoot calling contest. They're only allowing 30 minutes for that malarkey. And then the Bigfoot contest. I'm not even sure what that means. And you got Justin Decker. You got Speaker Roundtable.
It says biggest foot contest.
Oh,
Bigfoot.
Oh, biggest foot? They're just measuring people's feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You think Bigfoot himself will show up for that one and be like,
he's going to win.
Check this out.
Yeah. I guess he's going to take home all the prizes.
Well, there's a petting zoo on Sunday. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. petting zoo.
A petting zoo?
You think that could involve
all of it?
Think that could involve Bigfoot?
I don't think he likes to be pet like that. Of course, I don't know.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. Seems annoying.
I mean, maybe Bigfoot shows up. He enjoys the music. He enjoys the vendors and food trucks. He gets his foot measured. He gets second place in the Bigfoot call contest.
It sounds like a good Saturday.
And then he goes over and hangs out at the petting zoo.
Who doesn't like to get their feet measured? It's fun.
Bigfoot.
All right. Well, check it out. I know we got some PA listeners out there. So if anybody's out there and goes to this thing, I'd really like to know. And I guess where to stay. I'm kind of curious about where to stay. So it's camping. It's all it is. It's camping. Allegheny National Forest. Okay, you're gonna get abducted there if you go to Allegheny.
You're staying in the woods with Bigfoot. Bigfoot himself. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It seems kind of dangerous. All right. Well, we're gonna move on here. I got some very important stories I want to tell everyone about.
Are you saying that the Bigfoot story wasn't important?
I mean, everything, you got to do everything in this life by comparison. So, in comparison to the previous, maybe. In comparison to the next critical piece of information that I have, probably not.
Oh, damn. All right, what you got?
Have you ever been trapped in a bathroom?
No.
You haven't been?
No, I've never been trapped in a bathroom.
Yeah. Well, think about that, everyone out there.
Is there a support group for this? Could I start attending Tuesday nights?
I want everyone to think back and really think about your life if you've ever been trapped in a bathroom. Well, I got a headline for you. Trapped in a bathroom during a fire? Try the toilet snorkel. Yay! Yes, the toilet snorkel. And there's a figure on screen right here of how to use the toilet snorkel. What you do, it is a device it's a breathing apparatus with a hose that you stick into the toilet and it curls back up to the air pocket in the toilet, allowing you to breathe if you're trapped in a bathroom during a fire.
That's right.
So this will give you some critical breaths, some critical life-saving breaths.
They want you to breathe the sewer gas out of the pee trap. Is that what they're saying?
How do you go to the bathroom?
Because that's not fresh air.
It's air, and that's all you need during these critical times.
That's a basic plumbing pee trap. Which okay, whatever. That's sewer gas.
Do you want to die or not?
I'm making a run for it rather than breathing sewer gas.
Well, back in 1982, a spat of high-rise hotel fires prompted the invention of a seriously bizarre life-saving device. See? Life-saving. It says it right here. Developed by William O. Holmes, the device known as the toilet snorkel was designed to prevent the user from choking to death on smoke and toxic fumes created by the fire. See? Designed to save lives. You're, really, no pun intended, poo-pooing this toilet snorkel, but it will save lives. It probably has countless.
I found an image of a guy with the toilet snorkel.
Okay, let's take a look. I'll bring it up on the screen. That's a guy wearing a snorkel while taking a crap on...
The instructions from your article were not clear.
You're wearing a snorkel while sitting on the toilet. So I guess you're trying to kill two birds with one stone. You will still die of smoke inhalation the way this guy is using it.
And then my family will then sue this guy because his device didn't work.
Yeah, you didn't have proper instructions.
I did not read the instructions.
So the idea behind it was that the space on the other side of the toilet's U-bend could provide a sufficient supply of usable air to keep the person breathing until help arrives. Well, that's fantastic. The user was expected to stick one end of the long tube down the toilet and then attach the other end in their mouth so they could breathe that air, fresh air. in quotes.
It's not fresh air, but okay.
Well, I mean, the fresh air is in quotes, so they're claiming it's fresh air.
Fresher air is what they mean.
I think they're just saying it's usable air.
Better than clogging your lungs with smoke. I'm not going to disagree with that. But.
So to prevent the user from choking on the gases inside the toilet, Home suggested flushing first. So you got to flush first.
Keep flushing
before you can actually start to breathe. You got to make sure
people are flushing 10 times, 15 times.
Well, you got to make sure you're clean.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times.
What's going on in there?
We're trying to breathe in here. It's a common practice to attach the fresh air vent in the form of the pipe or stack the end of the sewer line to provide optimum operation of the toilet, the patent reads. So
yeah, you don't want a pressure differential in your toilets. Or in your
common knowledge, people.
Everyone has a vent stack in their house. That's how plumbing works. But I'm not sure you could get. So are they suggesting you get this hose all the way down into the vent stack?
You keep going. You keep pushing until you hit air, I guess.
Or the person's toilet below you.
Yeah, maybe. Woo! I'm taking your air too.
Give me that air.
It's my air down there.
Mine's on fire. Give me your air.
The air vent normally extends upwards through the roof of the structure, such as a high-rise hotel, to expose it to ambient fresh air. To further avoid this problem, the device itself could be equipped with an air filter. So they're thinking about this. They don't want you breathing polluted air, toilet air. Ultimately, though, the device proved impractical. It was actually quite difficult to get the tube into the correct place and undesirable. It wasn't desired. Few people were willing to breathe in noxious fumes from a toilet bowl, even if doing so might save them from smoke inhalation.
And in return, 10,000 people died trying this.
They would rather die than breathe in farts, is what they're saying. They'd rather die.
I mean, I get the initial concept here. In a high-rise fire, you're pretty much screwed because there were a bunch of them in the, 50s and 60s. But I'm not sure that people are going to break out the toilet sniffer and start hucking that down.
Well, break it out. Just leave it attached at all times. Just leave it attached.
Okay, that I'm on board with. You have to kind of straddle it when you're sitting there.
Yeah, so it kind of sticks out in between your legs, and it's basically a just-in-case breathing device. And then,
or if you just want like maybe a little bit different flavor to your toilet time experience.
Yeah, and they can make it longer. Like, so as soon as you sit down on the toilet, you put the snorkel on just in case there's a fire. And if there's not, great, flush the toilet and then carry on with your day. But if there is a fire, stay there. Stay there, relax, help's coming, and you got a fresh supply of air.
The design is very human.
The problem's not the product. It is education. It is informing people the benefits of the toilet snorkel. So, I don't know. If this patent is expired, I think this is something that we should bring back to the market.
Are you going to market this? Okay.
In a big way.
So here's the question: if this was from years and years ago for high rises, but if you're in a high rise, you're presumably close to a window. So if the concern is there's a fire raging somewhere in the building and you're trapped and you can't get out, couldn't you also stick the snorkel out the window and breathe fresh air too?
No, I'm using the toilet.
This is what I want. This is what I need.
This is how I breathe normally. I just go from bathroom to bathroom, and that's how I get my oxygen.
Only breathe.
I only breathe toilet air.
Toilet air, yeah.
It's not very practical, but it's what I do. All right, well...
another thing just occurred to me. What if... In most places, I'm trying to think, commercial, a little bit different, but in most places, you could undo two of those bolts, rock the toilet off the wax ring there, and just have the sewer line right in front of your face.
It almost would be more practical to just strap two air canisters to the side of a toilet.
Oh, like a defibrillator device you find in a lot of public places. So just have some oxygen in every bathroom.
Yeah. You just store large canisters of oxygen tanks in every bathroom.
I like it.
And that's it. It seems more practical. People know it's fresh air and it's high quality stuff.
And it could say on there, in case of emergency or toilet crime.
Yeah. use.
Or chachos.
Yeah, because sometimes you walk into a toilet, like especially a public one, it's been used, it doesn't smell the best, and you probably have a tough time breathing. Use your air canister right there, your personal air canister. So
sometimes I go into a public bathroom. There's a bunch of dudes in there. I just hold it until I get home.
Oh yeah, I mean, for this such an occasion.
I'm the type of guy even when there's guys in a big bathroom, I kind of like, well, I'll just wait till I get home. I don't like, I mean.
Maybe that's what AJ was up to. Because he referred to getting a bottle of Lysol. Maybe he wanted to get his toilet snorkel.
Oh, maybe. And somebody was already using it?
No, he hides it in the bottle of Lysol because he said there's a big bottle of Lysol.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
In my bathroom, there's a big bottle of Lysol. Will somebody run in there and get that for me?
That's his toilet snorkel.
Maybe he's disguising it. Doesn't
want people using that. That's for AJ only.
It's for personal use only. I do have a story here that it treads on Cretched territory. I'm just warning you.
And the toilet snorkel story did not?
No, that is definitely in my wheelhouse.
All right.
So I'm just letting you know this was posted in the news, but it wasn't a link to news. I had to go search this out.
Oh, I did see this one. I did not go digging for it because this is from 7 years ago.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It's from 7 years ago?
Nothing works here.
Oh,
I've been here 7 years ago.
Oh, my God. I'll just read a headline, but I'm not going to read 7-year-old news. It's not even news. I'm not going to read 7-year-old articles and claim it's news.
Yeah. Breaking news is happening right now.
No, it's not.
This isn't news. This is olds.
Well, here's the headline here for everyone listening. Pantsless driver dies after being ejected through his sunroof while masturbating to porn on a cell phone when the car crashed and rolled over. So, I guess that happened 7 years ago today.
This is quite the story.
No, it was January. It says right there, January 27, 2016.
I wanted to make it special, saying 7 years ago, this very day, this happened. But no, okay. This happened in Detroit, so no news. This is fairly typical for Detroit. So,
yeah, this is like a common thing. There's 2 or 3 of these a day in Detroit.
All right. Well, I'm not going to read that. It is funny.
It was a good headline. Like I said, it caught my eye, but then, of course, it did 2 things. By the way, people, if you do not post screenshots only of news articles. Find the actual link, because then we have to go find the link.
It enrages me. It does. I go.
I was about to say get upset, but I like enrage better.
I go into blind rage, and I start screaming. Because it's like it's a typical thing that you see on Reddit, especially like our conspiracy. They'll just post up like a screenshot of Twitter without an actual direct link to the article. Just post the damn link to the article. Stop with these screenshots. It's almost like you're trying to obfuscate something. And this was 7 years ago. You fooled me into thinking this is brand new news. It's not. It's not breaking news.
Breaking news is happening right now.
All right, Gretchen. Let's do a couple of your stories, and then we'll open up the phone lines.
Oh, all right.
I can't see.
I was not expecting that. I was looking for more gifts from Kentucky Fried Movie, where they started making all the Detroit jokes. By the way, anybody not seen Kentucky Fried Movie, highly recommend it.
It's too bad we don't have any more Star Wars news.
There was some styles.
I feel as though we did an amazing job during May the 4th with how much Star Wars news we covered, dissected, and gave to everyone out there. We let them know how long it would take to view every single piece of Star Wars, like TV show or media, what you'd have to do, at what speed you'd have to watch it in order to do it within a 24-hour period, covering the latest news coming out of Colorado with the license plates. Which one of the Unbelievers, the Unbeliever podcast, Sir Unbeliever, he's on Twitter. He says he's in Colorado and he's going to make a bid on one of the plates. And I was like,
is he going to get Obi-Wan?
Yeah, I think he's going to go. I think he's going to get Obi-Wan, the plate. So we got to help this guy out. He's got to get that plate.
Obi-Wan. What a bunch of shit that was. All right, I'm all over the place on news. I do have, and I don't know if you want to promo, a OBDM adjacent. No, not an OBDM adjacent. A mic adjacent YouTube channel. But here's a list of the best cities in America for naked gardening.
Oh, wow. I would like to know this.
All right.
I'm sure my wife would like to know this.
By the way, I don't know if your wife knows or not. Today is Naked Gardening Day.
Oh, she does know this. Yes, she does. Okay. Let's take a look at this.
Into Carrot Shop. There you go.
I'm very curious about this. Watch out for mosquitoes. Miami is voted America's best city for naked gardening due to balmy weather, with Austin second, Atlanta third, and Philadelphia fourth.
That's some good news on that front.
Like Central Ohio's not on here anywhere?
Yeah, I noticed that. That's a strange omission on there.
Well, here's the thing. I was talking about this with my wife. I sent this article to her, and...
Wait, you guys already read this article?
I didn't read it. No, I didn't read it. I got the headline. I sent it to her because she's putting out her naked gardening video tomorrow, and she's honoring the day. She's a naked gardener. And we were thinking, like, what kind of crops are they growing down in Florida? Like, what kind of gardening are you really doing down in Florida? Is it like optimal gardening environment? I don't know if it is.
Florida is a very lush environment for growing damn near anything. It's just swamps and spiders.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, if you ever considered tending to your tulips in the buff, now you can find out where the best place would be to do so. To mark World Naked Gardening Day on May 6th, the best cities for nude gardening have been uncovered. Well, that's technically true. What makes them the best, though? Is it legal to garden nude? That might be a thing that they want to consider during this list, because some states, they may frown upon being naked, even on your own property, if your property is visible from a public road. It might create a disturbance, and they might come ask you to put your clothes on. Yeah. Miami, Florida has been unveiled as the best city for naked gardening in 2023, with Austin, Texas coming in second and Atlanta, Georgia in third place, according to Lawn Starter. Given that it is not known for its balmy weather, it might surprise you to see that Philadelphia, Pennsylvania was awarded fourth place. Yeah, I'm kind of amazed by that, too.
It's like the World Naked Gardening Council based out of Philadelphia or something.
Maybe. They may have rigged the election. They probably stuffed the ballots.
Guys, you can't vote for number one. Give us like number three.
Probably do some ballot harvesting in Philadelphia.
Naked ballot harvesting.
Yeah.
With their partners, the World Naked Ballot Harvesting Foundation.
Trump's going to file lawsuits right now about this. Out of the ranking of the 200 cities in the U.S., West Valley City in Utah came in last as the worst place in the country to strip off and trim the hedges. Wow, what makes that place so awful? I wish they'd go into it.
Full of skinwalkers.
Maybe. Lawn Starter used 12 metrics in total to judge cities, including nudist population size, indecent exposure laws, and gardener friendliness. It also considered weather forecasts, access to waxing salons, and sex offender listings. Holy God.
What the fuck?
The sex offender. It's just guys standing on the street. Hey,
I'm a gardener
over there.
I'm a gardener.
I gotta shuck I plant these flowers.
I'm a gardener. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, like what was it? The proximity to waxing facilities. What did they say about that?
Yeah, waxing facilities.
I'm a woman.
Today I am.
I'm a woman gardener right now. I am an incredible intellect and a powerful woman.
Each city was given a score out of 100 in order to determine its rank, and a full list of all 200 cities can be found on this outlet. Okay. Check that out. According to the data, Florida cities are not shy about bearing some skin, with 4 out of 5 cities with the most nudists located in the Sunshine State. Yeah. I got to say, there is a lot of backlash that my wife gets about her channel, and especially locally, because we're in Ohio here, and a bit of the Bible Belt, and she meets a lot of other people that garden, a lot of other farmers around here, and when she tries to network, they're very enthusiastic initially to talk with her about gardening, trading, homesteading tips. And then I think when they find out that she's the naked gardener, they shy away. Like, she's not doing anything like overtly, like she's like showing her breasts or anything like that. She basically, all she shows, her naked back. That is it. And she gets so much like vitriol just about showing like a naked back. It's I didn't realize there are so many prudes out there, but I guess there are a lot of prudes.
By the way, I put the link to all the data, all top 200s. I put that link in Carrot Shop as well if you want that. Is a table you can sort, and Ohio is on the list.
Oh, with number.
See where that comes up. Well, it's strange. I'll let you bring it up. But the first city in Ohio is 21 out of 200.
Okay.
And then there's a huge gap as they go into the hundreds, 150, 182 sort of thing. So,
let's see here.
Should be a link in Carrot Shop.
Yeah, I got it. I'm trying to get to the list. So Cincinnati, Ohio, number 21 on the list. Interesting. Cincinnati.
And yet Dayton, who's like less than an hour from Cincinnati, is number 104. So there must be like a huge like sex offender population in Dayton.
Possibly. I got to say Dayton's a little bit run down. They got
a bunch of people sitting in the bushes with binoculars.
A lot of aliens down there. You got Wright Pat. A lot of Air Force stuff going on. And let's see here. And they said the very last on the list was Utah. That place is just teeming with sex offenders.
Just wall to wall.
Wall to wall sex offenders. In West Valley City, Utah. Yeah. So don't go there.
There's a search thing at the top if you want that too. You want to search for anything in particular.
I'm just kind of curious around here. Boston, like, what is number 10? Raleigh, North Carolina. So pretty much states in the South, where it's a little warmer. It's a little easier to kind of be out there and be footloose and fancy free. So
I'm surprised that California didn't score better. The first one listed in California is Los Angeles at number 5.
How much gardening are you doing in LA though? I don't know. Like,
I would like to see how they rank this stuff. That's what. Okay, the scores over there. Okay, so new gardener friendliness rank. That's the general. That's their aggregated score. They have local interest rank, weather forecast, safety rank. Which do you think safety is tied to the sex offenders?
Probably in Santa Clarita in California is the least safe place to naked garden.
Santa Clarita, that's famous.
Santa Clarita.
Home of Six Flags.
Oh, really? That place is just teeming with sex offenders, too. It's not safe there. Fort Wayne, Indiana, ain't safe to garden there either. Do not do it.
Or wait, that's ranked number 1 and 2. Is that the least safe or most safe?
That's a good question.
I don't know how this works.
Let's see. Who is this? Richmond, Virginia is ranked 200. I guess it's like, you know what? Maybe I read it backwards. Okay, maybe Richmond, Virginia is the least safe place to do anything, especially naked garden.
And yet number 3 on the list is Orlando, so watch out.
No, I wouldn't. Okay.
Don't take out your clothes in Orlando.
Yeah, don't do anything down there. Just stay in the hotel. Don't leave. All right, well, that's it's World Naked Gardening Day. You can check out my wife's channel, The Naked Gardener. Give her a like and subscribe. Can't hurt. And she talks about what we're doing here on the homestead. We got some big things happening.
You guys going to get one of those Skinwalker portals out there?
I've been trying to build one. There's no DIY directions on Etsy, that's for sure. It's kind of left up to your own devices to figure that one out. We got a new chicken coop coming. Got some new defenses that we're working on for the chickens. So a lot of things in the works here. But we'll move on. You see if you got another story over there, Christian.
Sure. All sorts of stuff. All right. So there's a story that's been posted about 17 times in Discord. I pulled a bunch of different versions of it. It's making the rounds, so I figure we have to bring this one up. The first one that I saw, so to all of you who have been posting various versions of this one, the first one I saw was yesterday morning from Herman, because he's got he's got a like an 8-hour start on everybody else.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of coverage on this from NPR and the AP and CBS. So I've got like 7 different versions of this one, but this is the first link I saw. We'll go with this one to start.
15 wheelbarrow loads of pasta were mysteriously dumped in a New Jersey forest. Primo pasta puns were served.
I love that headline.
All right, this comes from the Insider. This is a lot. We're looking at like a lot of pasta, a shit ton of pasta. Pardon my language. I'm swearing a lot more than I really want to on a Saturday, but a crap ton of pasta out here in the woods.
Well, it is World Naked Gardening Day, so you can be a little more free with your language.
Authorities found hundreds of pounds of pasta dumped near a stream in Old Bridge, New Jersey. The motives behind the mysterious pasta dumps are not publicly known. One local resident billed the incident Mission Impossible.
How could you have done this?
What'd you do?
Disappointed! I understand you're a disappointment this week.
What have I done?
During the past week in Old Bridge, New Jersey, weather reports forecasted rain, cloudy days, and temperatures as low as 30, going up to 50. Not 500 pounds of spaghetti. But locals were flummoxed that week when they learned about the 15 wheelbarrow loads of pasta, according to local officials, that were mysteriously dumped near a stream in New Jersey Township, where about 65,000 people live. And there are pictures. Well, is it still edible? Can they still use it? What if it's naturally grown pasta and it's not dumped? Like this is this. Oh, look, this is
naturally occurring.
Yeah,
pasta.
Naturally occurring pasta in the environment.
That's not where pasta comes from.
Well, like New Jersey has so many chemicals. It's like downstream from all the pollution that it just kind of gets together in some kind of goo and creates pasta on trails.
So you don't think this was the Jersey Devil planning for some sort of Italian-themed party?
Possibly. Could be the Jersey Devil. I haven't considered that angle yet. Now the incident has grasped national attention, and online speculators were quick to dish out their best pasta puns. Well, we should send the perpetrators to the state penitentiary. Is that because penne? That's the type of pasta, right?
Yeah, penne pasta. So the state penitentiary is what they mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this shit.
It was pasta expiration date.
It was pasta expiration date.
Yeah.
That's some goddamn bullshit.
Some joked that the incident was clear markings of the flying spaghetti monster, a satirical character that pokes fun at religious movements. Users responded, ramen, instead of amen, ramen. According to New York Times, Himashu Shah, a town official, said in an email that the local public works department found what appeared to be 15 wheelbarrow loads of illegally dumped pasta along the creek in a residential neighborhood. Nina Jankowicz, who previously ran for council in the township and posted now viral photos of the pasta, told the newspaper that the stream is common grounds for dumping old furniture and construction material. Well, I think we found suspect number one, Nina. She's trying to justify the dumping, saying everyone dumps stuff here, even pasta. But this time, someone thought it was appropriate to place in the appropriate place to leave behind 300 to 500 pounds of spaghetti, macaroni, and alphabet-shaped pasta. She said, "Well, I think the FBI has enough to go on here. I think we got to find the people that are ordering spaghetti, macaroni, alphabet-shaped pasta, and then use cross-references with local restaurants in the area to see what restaurants order those variety of pastas. We need a full FBI forensics team. We need the NSA to give up all the data that they have collected in the area at the time. And then we got to ask President Biden to launch a full-scale investigation on this and appoint a special counsel to look into the dump pasta at this very moment."
I agree. I would like someone to bring this up at the next White House press conference.
Yeah. Like, you're not doing anything else. What? World War III or investigate pasta? Let's investigate pasta. They're not doing it, though. We need it done.
Coach.
Jankowicz told the Times she eventually found out who dumped the pasta. It was not a restaurant, she said, but she would not reveal their identity given the attention the incident has received. Oh, so Nina knows, and she's not ratting the person out.
So we need to waterboard this person.
Sounds like she's mobbed up to me. She doesn't
spaghetti board her.
Something's going on here. Nina knows way too much about this. I think she's at the epicenter of this disaster, and I mean, in ecological disaster. The hell with Ohio and the train spill. This is this is what we got to focus on now.
Yeah, where's Pete Buttigieg?
Yeah, we got to get the transportation secretary down here to tour the giant spaghetti, to dump spaghetti.
Well, could they name Kamala Harris the pasta czar to go investigate this pasta?
Just deploy some big Texans to go down there and eat it. Like we got to ship in some couple 100 pounds of Texans to eat this thing. They're hungry. 600 pounds of men should do it. There's 500 pounds of pasta. Deploy 600 pounds of men. Do it.
600 pounds of men.
The incident appeared to come straight out of the pages of Tommy DePalo's children's book, the 1975 classic. I'm not going to read this. In the book, they're just going on.
So there's no more information on the story. This was an early one. I have a second link in Carrot Shop, which is a local news story, your favorite type.
Good.
That solves the mystery.
Oh, so Nina's not giving up people, but the local...
well, I think a couple of people worked her over pretty good. And
good.
She coughed up some names.
Well, good. It's about time. We're not going to put up with this kind of bullshit. Don't even tell me. I bet she's at the heart of this disaster. Here we go.
Well, there's a local news story.
All right.
To what you could call a macaroni mystery today. Somebody had dumped mounds of noodles in the woods there in New Jersey.
Now, as you may expect, the pasta dump lit up social media, but now we know more about where it came from. News 4's New Jersey reporter Brian Thompson went to Old Bridge to find out.
Eat it.
I look down, seen alphabets, noodles, spaghetti. Probably about 200 pounds.
At first, these piles of pasta mystified neighbors here in South Old Bridge. Dumped along the banks of Irisic Brook, one after the other. Keith Roast may have seen them first.
It was probably like 3 days ago. Walked through the woods. I was just going through the trail, seeing about just a pile of pasta.
But these were not cooked noodles dumped from a restaurant kitchen. They were raw. And before the rain came, hard. And neighbors say they came from a nearby home up for sale. The veteran moving out of his mother's home after her death and having changed over the years since he got out of the service.
I mean, I really feel like he was just trying to clean out his parents' house, and they were probably just stocked up from COVID. They were just probably the generation, like my grandparents always had a cupboard full of cans and pasta and, just to be safe.
But none of this stopped the pictures from going viral on social media with captions such as, lead suspect is a guy named Al Denti. Another, don't forget his partner, Lynn Guini. Or we should send the perpetrators to the state penitentiary. And it was pasta expiration date.
This guy can't.
Still, no joke to neighbors.
I just moved in right next door, so that would have been a big mess to start cleaning all the flies in the house, maggots.
But the DPW came in soon after it was called to clean this site up, leaving only a handful of noodles lying around, removing all the rest, even as some in this town wished it had regular bulk pickups, which may or may not have covered picking up pasta packages.
I guess case closed on this macaroni mystery. In Old Bridge, Brian Thompson, News 4 New York.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
He needs to go to jail right next to Ed Sheeran. So they're blaming the pandemic, essentially. That's what I heard out of that, right?
Yeah, I'm not buying that. And also, what doesn't make sense unless it was they said it was uncooked. Now the photos look like it was cooked, but that's because it rained and got all soggy and whatnot. But if it's uncooked dry pasta, that's not really going to go bad. So why wouldn't you save that? So
where would you store 500 pounds of pasta?
That's why I have a 3-car garage, Mike.
So how much?
So we put 2 cars in the garage, and the third stall is all pasta.
How much is 500 pounds of pasta?
500 pounds.
Well, like how much volume does it occupy in
Well,
in
it
square
depends on the
footage?
type of. If these are like big gnocchi or something, I mean, that's, a rigatoni. What kind of pasta is this? They didn't go into it.
Yeah, I guess you're. I'm trying to ask ChatGPT right now.
Ask it what the mass or volume of it is.
Oh yeah, what is the or I'm with the volume. What is the volume?
And the chat room, Angry Leprechaun's asking, and we need that in Labrador Retrievers as the unit.
Yeah. It's saying depending on the brand of pasta. So like a spaghetti would have a volume of roughly 8.3 cubic feet.
See, that's not much. You fit that in your car.
I guess it's all in my back seat. I travel with me. It's my traveling pasta.
I might get hungry.
Helps me get through the HOV lane. It's basically an occupant.
It's okay, officer. I got spaghetti in the back.
It's fine. 500 pounds of pasta would depend on the shape and density of the pasta. Different pasta shapes have different densities. So volume of 500 pounds.
What's the bulkiest pasta? So they showed macaroni. Ask it macaroni. They showed macaroni. They showed little like SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
It was alphabet for idiots. It was all O's. I don't know what you're going to spell with that.
Yeah, it's tough. How much money is 500 pounds of pasta?
In bulk, probably not as much as you think. I don't know. How much is bulk macaroni?
What's the street value of 500 pounds of pasta? $750 if you buy in bulk. On the street. What's the street value?
So it's the street value. I'm going to cut that up. Well, you can buy elbow macaroni in a 5-gallon. Really?
Yeah, can I buy elbow macaroni in a 55-gallon drum? Because that's what I'm looking for.
55-gallon drum of elbow macaroni.
I got to step on it, too. I got to make sure it's not too pure when I get this out on the street.
You want it all crushed?
Yeah. Well, you don't want to give too much pure pasta out there. People can't handle it. You got to step on it.
By the way,
mix it with baby formula.
So on Amazon, for bulk macaroni has one review at 2 stars, and the review is not about the macaroni, but how tough it was to open the can because it's in one of those big bulk food containers with the snap-on lids. The guy says 2 stars. The pasta itself is fine. However, opening the container was like wrestling a bear. I finally had to get a box cover. Even then, I didn't think I'd be able to open it on my own, and I live alone. So a word of warning for anyone living alone who buys this product, have tools ready.
This guy's just sitting around eating a box of pasta.
Just dry pasta.
5-gallon bucket of pasta.
Sitting down watch the big game. Just open up his 5-gallon bucket of pasta.
All right.
Gross.
Well, we got to the bottom of that mystery. So let's go ahead and we'll open up phone lines up for like a few calls here, and we'll get back to some more fun stories. 614-388-9109, or you guys can Skype directly in, and we'll take some phone calls.
Now let's go ahead and take the phone calls.
That's someone right here. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Angry Leprechaun. Fucking finally.
Hey, what's up?
Hello. Hey, so I've been meaning to call in for a few weeks. So to everybody out there who's listening, even if you're listening to this on Monday night, just
I didn't hang up on you.
Yeah, he hung up. All right. Awesome.
Call back in. I did not hang up on you. It just shut down.
I think he tripped over his 55-gallon drum of macaroni.
Something happened. Like, I did not hang up on you at all. It just, I think Skype's freaking out or something. Yeah.
That guy just got posted.
Yeah, something's going on. Like Skype just quit all of a sudden. I don't know what happened.
Your Skype locked up?
My Skype, that was a Skype problem. Sorry, Angry Leprechaun. I'll try to get you back on shortly here. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
I really wanted to hear what that guy had to say.
Yeah, me too.
It sounded urgent.
Hold on, let me see if I can.
I have a pasta emergency.
Skype closed down again. Let's see.
Did you just hang up on Lifeline too?
No, I didn't.
Hello?
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, something wacky is going on with Skype.
Somebody else got added to the call list.
Yeah. Third caller, you're there? I don't know.
You want me to call in too, just to make it worse?
It's probably Skinwalker.
Yeah, maybe. So, what's on your mind, Lifeline? Skype just keeps shutting down. I probably can't take calls today. I can't take calls. Skype just keeps quitting over and over again.
I want to walk away from this place so bad.
Yeah, it's not you guys. This is Skype freaking out over here. Like every time someone calls in, you're on the phone for 5 seconds, and then it just shuts down. So something's going on. Oh, boy. Something's going on. Yeah.
Computer's broke.
Let's try Booberry. Maybe Booberry can clear this up. Booberry.
Did it work? Hello?
You got 5
Hello?
seconds before it crashes again. You got 5 seconds.
I just want to say that I love that scream at the beginning. That's amazing. I'm so jealous of that. Call me up, baby.
All right. Thank you. Did that work? That worked right there. Let's try this one. No, I'll try one more call. Like that. His Skype to Skype worked. Maybe the phone number is busted. I don't know.
Computer's broke.
Maybe. Boy. Sorry, people. There is a Mac update. Maybe the Mac update is what the issue is. I haven't updated yet. So maybe...
Your operating system or on Skype?
Operating system. Hello?
Testing?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Okay.
It's Luis from Portugal.
What's that?
This is Luis from Portugal.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? Breaking news. Oh, not really breaking news, but COVID ended yesterday.
Yes.
And nobody noticed.
It's over.
COVID. Yeah. Just yesterday.
Yeah.
I actually feel a bit sad because now I'll have to retire some of my audio clips I had for COVID. So, would you mind if I played one last time a couple of them?
Sure, please.
So I got my my preacher, megachurch preacher, doing an exorcism on COVID, which I really liked, and I'm gonna miss it.
Oh, that's is it that famous TV preacher guy?
Yeah.
You can go ahead and play it if you can.
Let me see if I can. Okay. It's the guy's name is Ken Copeland.
COVID-19.
So I'm gonna miss this one, and I'm also gonna miss my my Hail Fauci one.
That's a good one. That's very well produced.
Yeah, and the good little Nazi.
Oh man, that's some heavy stuff. I'd listen to that album.
This is a Portuguese guitar player, André Antunes, that made a mix with the that guy from Santa Monica, I think, so this guy's really good. You should check him out on YouTube.
So you're saying, like, overall, you're sad that COVID's ending?
Yeah. I'm going to just go. By the way, I think we were lucky that they didn't think of the toilet snorkel for COVID.
I know. We were damn close, though. We were damn close to all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, in New York and New Jersey, they definitely come up with that one.
Yeah.
Strap your grandmother to a toilet snorkel.
Yeah, so long, COVID.
Yep.
I'm going to miss you.
So long, and thanks for all the masks.
We'll be back in 2 years.
Yeah, I think they're normalized the fact that these things last for 3 years, so now people will just get along with another emergency that lasts for 3 years.
Yeah, probably.
Do we start another emergency right now, or do we get a break? How much time off do we get?
I think we get a year and a half off.
No way. No. I think I don't know, this thing, COVID ending a day before the Lizard King being coronated today. There's something there. I don't know.
No, maybe you're right. Maybe it all has to do with King Charles. King Chuck.
Yeah. So that's it. I'm going to miss COVID. So thank you.
All right, man.
COVID.
Thanks for calling in from Portugal. Bye.
Bye.
I really want to hear what Angry Leprechaun had to say.
And Lifeline was concerned too, but they're done.
Where is Angry Leprechaun?
He's complaining in the chat.
Well, call back in. Hello.
Hey, it's Lifeline again.
Hey, what's up?
In regards to Luis, don't you think it's weird that it's the coronation?
Yeah.
Of the king?
Yeah.
Right.
Coronation.
It is kind of bizarre. Yeah.
Well, Latin. That's how it works.
I just wanted, I'll keep it quick before Skype cuts us off. I just wanted to tell everybody I have my vote prepared for the obligatory vote in Chile tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
I'm voting Penis Man across the ticket.
Hell yeah. That guy's got to win.
Penis Man.
I think he'll have enough votes to win.
Do you think they might come arrest you as some kind of vulgar obscenity vote?
Voting is mandatory, but I'm not sure if writing Penis Man is a
crime. Okay.
It's a crime.
Well, I mean, spread the word.
Yeah, I'll spread it. I'll make sure to write it. I'll graffiti it outside the voting office.
Okay, that's a good idea. Sure.
If you see me in the news.
All right.
Penis Man!
We'll know what happens. Yeah, get that up. Put up big tags.
Later. Blow me up.
Bye. There you go.
Tag stuff, big stuff that can be
big stuff that should be highway. Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. I'm going to go out with a bunch of spray paint tonight, and I'm going to tag stuff. Big things that can be seen on the highway.
Penis Man.
People driving through Austin. What the hell?
Goddamn an Angry Leprechaun. It sounded like you had some urgent news. And the phone lines are wide open just for you right now. I don't have your number. I don't know if it's you that would be calling in. But it could
get some Angry Leprechaun impersonators.
It could be. It could be.
A mildly annoyed leprechaun. Slightly upset leprechaun.
Slightly annoyed, yes, leprechaun. Any one of those things. But I'll leave it open for him, but we don't know what's going to happen. But
why is Joe in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably a big Ed Sheeran fan. That's why he's coming in. Check out the Ed Sheeran
He took
news.
the weekend off to go to the Ed Sheeran concert.
Yeah.
Fuck off!
I've seen Charlie staying in Alaska. A lot of people in the chat. It's popping in the chat.
Okay, well, let's move on. I'll leave the phone line open just for Angry Leprechaun. That's it.
Or Angry Leprechaun impersonators.
Yamokio.
Oh, Joe's down in Yamokio.
Yamokio. Zacatecas.
Zacatecas.
A bunch of Tim Pool trying to pronounce Mexican towns.
Zacatecas.
He does better than me.
Zapatos. All right. How much news we get? Look at all this news in here. Do you want to talk about some? Lifeline mentioned. You want to talk about some coronation news?
Sure.
Breaking news is happening right now.
Everyone loves the Royals.
For King Chuck, this one was floating around a few days ago. I appreciate the typical sense of humor and the widespread appreciation that he is getting from the British people, from the Welsh, from Scottish people, from Northern Ireland. They all just love him.
Here's some royal news. A huge phallic likeness mowed into lawn at King Charles coronation event site.
That's good news.
Okay, this is global news, people. There might be some audio here that I have to play. Hopefully, it's of a lawnmower.
It's just a guy mowing. I don't.
Sir?
No. This is footage from the actual thingy.
Okay.
When they crowned King Sausage Fingers.
Let's see. Oh, he's wearing a cape. That's great.
Why doesn't he wear that every day? Shouldn't that be required? You scroll down. There's the tweet which shows it.
Okay. As far as pranks go, this will be hard to beat. You see what they did there?
Penis Man.
Pranksters have mowed a giant symmetrical erect penis into a lawn of the venue where a major coronation celebration is set to occur. Where the major coronation celebration is for King Charles, King Chuck. That's it. Is there another major coronation celebration set to occur soon?
Well, I think they're just referring to the coronation. So a major celebration is about the coronation because everyone, of course, knows there's only one coronation. This comes from Canada, who are a bunch of slaves to the British Empire.
The monarch,
still.
they are. And I'm taking a look at this. I don't have a good eye when it comes to penis size, especially in lawn. But this thing looks to be about, I'm going to say about 15 feet long, maybe 3 meters. I'm not good with metric system.
Nope. Bigger, 30 feet.
30 feet? Holy moly, that's huge. Wow.
Look at the size of that guy.
That's incredible. I hope someone goes to jail for this. According to multiple outlets, the 30-foot phallus appeared overnight on the lawn of the Royal Crescent in Bath, in England, and was visible Thursday. The site is scheduled to host the Georgian-themed grand coronation party on Saturday in honor of King Chuck III, celebrate the 300th anniversary of the Georgian era. A flyer for the Royal Crescent event reads, decorate your own regal crown, watch demonstrations on royal fashion, and visit the Georgian cook cooking up delicious recipes in the kitchen. While many are likely tickled by the cocky prank, it is sure to rub others the wrong way.
They love their puns.
Gotta say, it's a well-drawn penis. It is, like, when you look at it, there is no ambiguity at all. You know what you're looking at right there.
Big Sam. Big John. Big Luther. Where's Big Jim? He's around here someplace.
We found him. There it is. Okay, someone's got to go to jail. Who's going? They got to have suspects at this point. Come on. If we found the pasta guy, we got to find this guy. Come on.
Found the pasta guy. Maybe it was him.
Yeah, maybe.
I can empty out this pasta and get to England.
Yeah.
I got shit to do. I got a lawn to mow.
Someone tweeted, I would like a postcard of the giant penis in the coronation lawn party.
I agree. That'd be great. Yeah. Oh, I'd love that.
I want a postcard of this. Yeah, this is great.
I'm going to Etsy, coronation postcard.
Penis. Coronation penis postcard.
Someone's got to have done this.
I like it. Let's get it done.
Holy shit, grow some balls!
There's
two.
They're two healthy-looking, very round, perfectly circular balls. In fact, this thing is so symmetrical and so well drawn. I gotta say, a machine probably did this. Don't you think,
it's done
Gretchen?
by AI?
This is maybe this was like one of those automatic, like lawnmowers, like a robot lawnmower, and someone programmed
lawnmower. Robot computers.
Robot computer lawnmower. And they did this.
Robot computers.
Oh, you think a human wasn't involved? This was a protest by the AI against the coronation.
By Big AI did this as a first official AI protest against humanity.
Have a computer problem?
I don't know. But we'll keep our eye on this one, definitely, and see if there's any update, if they got any suspects, and if anybody has been tortured by King Chuck over this. Okay, so the Royal Crescent is a tourist destination in Bath known for its perfect lawn that dates back to the 18th century and was featured in the Netflix drama Bridgerton.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay.
I'm reading a further article on this one. It says a spokesperson for the Crescent Lawn Company said the Crescent Lawn Company owns and maintains only the semi-elliptical area above what they call the ha-ha on behalf of the residents.
Someone's in full control below. Okay.
So, yeah, that's part of Royal Victoria Park, so they didn't have anything to do with it.
Did you bring condoms?
Oh, it's going to be a 30-foot condom. I don't know if that's practical.
Oh, you think they should go out there and try to cover it up like they do the baseball infield during a rain
yeah,
event?
we're rained out. Cover up the penis. All right. Well, let's move on. We got we dug all we could dig with that one.
All right, so I have a listicle about oddball foods. I have a food promotion, which just seems very strange. I don't know if you want to go into that one at all. About Hooters. We have German people suing to lower their rent because the landlord always goes out and sunbathes nude in the courtyard. We have a woman claiming that people keep pooping in buckets and dumping them in her yard and is upset about that.
I think that's good because that actually follows the dumping of the pasta where people are just reckless with their waste.
More dumps. Okay, here's some dump news.
Good. Dump it.
I hope you dump a lot.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. It is awful. Woman claims neighbor poops in buckets, dumps in her yard.
Put that on my tombstone.
Okay. That's a weird thing to put on your tombstone, but okay. In Pulaski County, Arkansas, a resident in Arkansas reached out to KATV and claimed her neighbors had been defecating in buckets and said that poop washes into her yard when it rains. Quote, they have been taking their feces in buckets and dumping it at the back of their property and then across the street at another person's property. They have been dumping it on their property too. Well, just dump it everywhere, I guess. They don't care. Everywhere. All around their property and even on their own property.
I suspect the problem here is they are using their toilets for snorkels.
Yes.
So they have to do something else with the waste.
They've dedicated their toilets for breathing only. And they got to go someplace else. This is not healthy. They say they have been dumping on their own property too, Erica said. They have been doing this for about 3 years. Holy crap.
Big, massive dumps.
She said at one point her neighbors had a hollowed out porta potty, and they were just letting it wash down into the ditches. Craig claimed she is not the only one dealing with the fecal matter on her property. Everyone around them has sold their houses, which are leaving the ones that are still left to just kind of sit and suffer, she said. It's like glitched out.
There's a local news story.
There's a glitched out video going on. I'm not sure if you see the glitchiness that I got.
I see the glitch happening, but on mine it just plays.
I got glitched.
What is going on?
I'm having some major problems going on over here. So
some
computers broke.
I'll see if I can play it over here on my secondary computer. Here we go.
Good evening to you. We begin on a Friday in Pulaski County with a woman who is fed up with her neighbors. She claims that they have been defecating in buckets and then dumping it in the neighborhood.
She reached out to 7 on Your Side. Channel 7's Emma Allen is here with us in studio. She spoke to that woman earlier today. Emma.
Beth, Chris, Erica Craig says the outside of her home now has a similar smell to a porta potty because of the feces she claims her neighbors have been dumping.
They've been taking their feces in buckets and dumping it at the back of their property and then across the street at another person's property. They've been dumping it on their property too. And they've been doing this now for about 3 years.
Erica Craig, a Pulaski County resident, reached out to 7 on Your Side, claiming her neighbors have been defecating in buckets. Craig claims that feces ends up in her yard when the rain washes it downhill.
They had at one point a porta potty that was hollowed out and they were just letting it wash down the ditches.
Craig said she is not the only one dealing with the fecal matter on her property.
Everybody around them have sold their houses, which are leaving the ones that are still left here to just to sit and suffer.
Yep. And she claims the smell is almost unbearable.
God, when the wind blows, it's awful. You cannot sit outside. You can't even sit in that back room back there with the door open because it just consumes the house.
Craig said her parents have lived in this same home for 32 years, and she claims the fecal matter has been ending up in their yard for around 3 years now.
Christ.
Craig says more than anything, she is worried about her family's health.
Okay. I've gotten sick. I had to go to the hospital for organ failure that they didn't know what caused it, and so and that was after they had started doing that. And my dad's been to the hospital a couple of times. He was really sick there for a minute, and nobody's thinking it's because of human waste, so that's not something that they're looking at.
The vaccine.
Craig claims she has made attempts to contact different departments, but still cannot get the problem fixed.
I've contacted so many different departments, and none of them have done anything about it.
Craig says her family's home is around 300 feet outside of North Little Rock city limits, so they have to go to the county for help. KETV reached out to Pulaski County for information on this incident, and they said they do not have jurisdiction when it comes to sewage matters, so they referred us to the Arkansas Department of Health. ADH sent the rules for general sanitation, including the disposal of human waste, which says all sewage must be deposited in sanitary sewers, sewage treatment facilities, septic tank systems, or other systems or devices adequate to meet the needs of the people being served. The rules also state connection to a public sewer system is required of all homes and businesses when the point where sewer exits the building is located within 300 feet of access to the public sewer located on the owner's property or an adjacent street or alley.
The dog hates it.
Yeah, he does not have
KETV
a dog.
also reached out to a state plumbing inspector, but we were told they were not in office today. On your side, I'm Emma Allen.
Okay. Emma, thanks very much. Craig tells us that she has spoken with the neighbors she claims are responsible for these dirty deeds and that she has tried to help them, but she says they simply do not take the situation seriously.
The poop fairy.
Briefing on several significant incidents.
All right, there you go.
Mike, can you go back and run like the first 5 seconds of that video? There's something I want to double check.
Sure, absolutely. Let me bring it back up again. Let me see here. Here we go. Oh, it's freaking out now. Now it's freaking out over here. Here we go. It's now that it's glitching over here the same way it did over there. Here we go.
Good evening to you. We begin on a Friday in Pulaski County with a woman who is fed up with her neighbors.
So he just said, "Good evening. We begin with this story." So this was their top story for that night's news.
I see. This is like how they're leading the news off.
This was the lead story for that. Holy crap! We're breaking into local programming. We're going right to this.
This is today's load.
So huge things going on there in Pulaski County,
in
Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah.
Thanks, poop fairy.
Wow.
There you
So
go.
obviously,
phantom pooper.
I would imagine that family is living in destitute. They can't afford plumbing. They can't afford this stuff, and so they're crapping in buckets and then they're throwing it out somewhere because they're on hard times. This is a matter that the town, they need to rally around and help this family, but the family's not willing to talk to neighbors to come to some sort of decision, help. Then what are you left to do? Like, it sounds like the government does not want to get involved. No one's knocking on their door.
Yeah, I noticed that the number of they went to the city said, well, you're outside city limits, we don't care. They went to the county says, we don't have anything to do with sewer. They went to the state, and the state said, we're not here on Fridays. It's like, well, government at work here.
Wow, yeah, Arkansas, hard at work. So they're basically saying this family that lives in squalor controls basically the entire area, and who's really going to buy a house in the area? As soon as they walk down there, it's going to smell awful. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you picked up on it, but that one person who went to the hospital for organ failure, she wasn't the only person in the neighborhood to go to the hospital for organ failure. So I don't know. Do they have well water there? If they have well water there, and this is seeping into the ground over 3 years.
Oh yeah, they're all going to get.
That's crazy. That is insane.
Giardia and cholera.
Holy crap!
Piss.
Holy piss too.
But what do you do? What do you do in that case? How do you really solve the situation?
Breathe through your toilet snorkel.
I guess that's the only explanation. The only solution is to breathe through the toilet snorkel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, one more story. One more.
Balloon.
All right, so let me rattle off a few headlines here. We have the first underwear ever designed by AI.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. We have a man in Vancouver who opened a drugstore to sell hard drugs. We have the Pixies apologizing for one of their songs, Where's My Mind, one of their most famous songs, disabling Google alarms on people's phones. We have a bunch of bees that try to go on vacation by hanging onto the wing of a plane, which caused all sorts of problems.
Additional bee news.
Lots of bee news. And I think we've rattled everything else. Oh, and there's a horse goes nuts during the coronation and runs into the crowd.
Let's go with, I kind of see want to see why the Pixies are apologizing.
All right.
I like the Pixies. At least I think I do. I don't know anymore.
Everyone likes at least one of the Pixie songs.
Yeah.
There you are.
Bring this up on. This comes from faroutmagazine.com in the UK. So the Pixies apologize for "Where Is My Mind" disabling alarms on Google phones.
Oh, really?
Anyone who knows Pixies knows their most famous song, "Where Is My Mind." They probably should also recall the song begins with the word "stop." For this reason, the classic 1989 Surfer Rosa cut has made headlines this week. Often, music fans will have their favorite song set as their alarm. But when you might want to think again before using "Where's My Mind." Recently, a Redditor user took to the platform to report the strange occurrence. After setting the alarm to use the song from a random playlist, one morning the alarm failed to activate. Fortunately, they had woken up earlier and investigated the issue. As it turns out, Frank Black yelling "stop" at the beginning of the song preemptively disables the alarm on Google Pixel phones. The comment thread rose to the top of Google Pixel subreddit, earning a write-up from Android Police that Pixies later shared with a light apology. Sorry about that, the band captioned on Twitter. They shouldn't have to apologize. Google needs to apologize. Why is the band apologizing for this? It's bullshit. This is a bullshit story. This is an advertisement for the Pixies. And it's an advertisement for a shitty phone.
Or is this a subtle ad from Apple about the iPhone? Like, hey, our iPhone don't do this.
Our alarms never turn off.
It just doesn't wake you up anyway. So,
The voice activation feature was introduced to Google devices several years ago and was introduced to their phones with the Pixel 6 in 2021. The word "stop" and "snooze" will stop or delay the alarm. So any bands out there thinking of beginning their songs with "snooze" may want to try another word, you know?
By the way, another thing about it, why would you make that command available during alarms? Because isn't that one of the first things you say when you're most people using their phones now? Your alarm clock goes off. I have an alarm clock. Alarm clock goes off. You say to yourself, "Oh, stop," but it's like, "Oh, darn, now I just turned off the alarm," and you go back to bed. Good job.
Yeah, I just use this.
Wake up!
That's my alarm right
That's
there.
a great one.
Wake up!
Okay, I'm up.
Wake up!
That's great.
You can see the evidence of the Pixels "Where My Mind" turning off the Google phone below. Okay, I want evidence. I don't believe it unless there's evidence. And so I will play it here. We will all enjoy it together.
Stop.
Okay. And the phone shuts down and blows up. Okay. That's what happens right there. I'll play it again.
Stop.
Okay.
It does exactly what they said. So,
okay, there you go.
But wouldn't you want your alarm to keep going?
Ideally, I don't know how many times it takes for the alarm to go up before someone really wakes up. I would say 1 or 2 seconds, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I think a lot of people are, especially if they're night owls and they have to get up for a more corporate job. It takes a bit to get them up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Well, the Pixies need to go to jail.
They should straight to jail. Also, please contact Black Francis. He will send you a new phone.
Yes, I'll tweet at him. Say, you owe me a new phone.
You owe me a new phone. Also, a new job. I got fired.
Your song made my phone blow up, and then I was fired. Black Francis. All right. Well, that's it. I think we covered every piece of the news today. There's
a lot more. We just aren't going to.
This is all anybody needs to get them through their week, or at least their Sunday. I got to go mow the lawn now.
Mow a giant penis in there?
Yeah, you know what? I will. I'm going to go mow a giant penis in my own lawn to celebrate King Charles.
To celebrate him now.
Yeah, to honor him. He likes it.
He likes it.
If he didn't like it, he wouldn't allow it, and it wouldn't have got out on Twitter. He likes it. you got to read into it. He wants people to have giant penises around him.
I'd like to see giant penises everywhere I go.
Yes. It's a new decree, a new royal decree.
My first royal decree. We are all penis man.
We are penis man together. Boy, that would be a great reign of the king if he started getting all wacky like that.
Well, he's not going to be king terribly because he's got to be pushing. How old is King Charles?
He's old. He's like 75.
Yeah, he's in his mid-70s, I think, right? He is 74, yeah.
Wow. I just took a wild guess there, and I was pretty... Well, I went over, so Price is Right rule, I lost.
That's how it works, yes.
Yeah, well, everyone can go to obdmpod.com. You can check us out on Instagram. We're posting up weird, wacky stuff over there. I did a whole Star Wars, like, AI-generated stuff over there. You can check it out for the May the 4th. Had Don Solo, Whoopi the Hutt, all these crazy images. You can check it over there on Instagram. And Joe's posting up over there, too. Oh, yeah. And also, we're on Twitter at OBDMPod. If you want to support the show, there's ways to do that, yes. PayPal, Patreon. You can join the Discord. We do have merchandise, too. And we were talking about my wife's Naked Gardener channel. Well, she sells teas. Check out the teas that she offers. I recommend the Beam Me Up. Beam Me Up for all the true penis men out there.
Did you have a name? Or do you have a hand in naming that one?
No, that was all her.
Really? All right.
That was all her. Well, we'll be back on Wednesday. I think Joe may be here. We'll figure that out, though. So
I'm not sure where he is.
Thank you, Cratchit. Shablagoo, everyone.
Keep watching the skis.
Penis man.
7-foot penis.
I'm used to, from being from the well played.
Neighborhood nuisance. Serial defecator.
The infamous serial going to the bathroom in front yards since 2014.
That's about all.
Shablagoo.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Until next week. Nanu. Nanu. Under pressure.